AITA. Am I the a-hole for telling my parents to frock off and stop calling my girlfriend my sister? I have been dating my girlfriend for 3 years now. My mom and her dad got married and we live together. We were dating before our parents were, yet our parents have told us it's inappropriate for step-siblings to date. We can't show any affection in public or our parents ground us. We can't be in our rooms alone, or ever be home alone. It's so frocking infuriating. My parents also make it worse by saying things like, "Take this over to your sister," or "How are you and your sister feeling?" I got so sick of this, I hugged my girlfriend and my mom broke it up and said, "There was too much touching and I just lost my shoot," and yelled, "Frock you, I am so sick of your shoot, she's my girlfriend, much longer than you've married Sam, I will continue to date Jessica whether or not you approve, you can't decide what I do, frock you," and I left the house, pulling Jessica out with me. She said I was unnecessarily rude to my mom. I could see my mom crying through the window. We came back several hours later and my mom and Sam were there to give us a talk. They had a discussion and told us about how we need to stop being entitled, and accept the fact we are siblings now and we have to behave appropriately. I told them they could go frock themselves and left. Jessica followed me into my room. I locked the door and ignored them. As they knocked on the door and were telling me to come out, they gave up after a bit. Frocking hell, I want to move out. Edit. Thank you everyone for the support. To answer some questions, yes, we are planning on moving out ASAP. We are considering going to Readdit to volunteer and enlist. As mentioned in another post, if you want to help look at my other posts, or do some other volunteer work as they really need it, especially in Caribou, or maybe somewhere else. She turns 18 in a few weeks. We definitely do not want to stay here any longer. Also, my parents are planning on having another child. No matter what, my parents are not willing to compromise on our relationship, and no, there is no chance Jessica is related to me. NTA. Not the a-hole. Your parents are loons, and are throwing a temper tantrum because they want to create a fantasy world. Even if you weren't dating, them getting married wouldn't magically turn Jessica into your sister. What's said is, this isn't even the first post about this kind of thing. Like, as parents, what entitles you to start dating your kid's other half-parent, then demand they break up? I mean, being older doesn't make your wants more important. NTA. Not the a-hole. But this will eventually drive a wedge between you and Jessica if they can't grow the frock up. It's not unreasonable to set boundaries. If they wouldn't let your girl spend the night in your room before, then there should be no expectation that she can, now, just because she lives there. But, to expect you to act like siblings is just ridiculous. NTA. This is all kind of weird, but you were dating first. Your parents are being odd about this. Maybe you should move out as soon as possible. If this is even true, then it's super freaky. The time to talk over family boundaries would definitely have been before your respective parents were married or cohabitating. I can't even say that it's a good idea for them to have started dating at all. What happens if you break up? They've just imposed social incest upon you. I don't even know where to begin. NTA. I guess. NTA. You were dating before they were. Add to that, you are not siblings. Your parents are married. There is no legal or biological reason you can't continue dating. Your parents should stay out of it. Now that you are 18, you do have the option of getting a job, moving out, and living your own life. That said, it is going to look weird to outsiders. There will be whispers and comments. People are likely to not really understand. Plus, it's your parents' house. They may not be able to stop you entirely, but they do have the ability to control what you do in their home if they really want to push it. Of course, this could all just be an incredibly intricate long game on your parents' part to keep you guys from dating. What if they both disapproved from the start, but couldn't think of a better way to stop you guys? I applaud that level of dedication. That's some next level shoot right there. AITA. Am I the a-hole for figuring out that there was something weird going on with my girlfriend and her doctor? Basically the title. So my girlfriend Sarah and I have been together around a year. Everything was good until I noticed that she goes to the doctor a lot, usually once a month. I asked her about it and she said that she has to go see the OBGYN often, to get ultrasounds on cysts that she has. She claims that she was in a lot of pain before she went on her current birth control, because they would blow up often. I don't see how that makes sense, because birth control is bad for your body, which means the cysts would be worse, but whatever. I told her that it didn't make sense that she had to go so often, and she said it was none of my business. So, she was working on her laptop last week, and when she got up to get some water, a text notification went off on her computer, reminding her of an appointment she was supposed to have the next day. I was suspicious right away, because why would your doctor text you? It's your job to know when your appointment is. So, I asked her about why they would be texting her, and she looked at me weird and said her doctor's office sends reminders. It isn't weird, his office started doing that like 2 years ago. She had never told me that she went to a man before, and I'll admit I lost my cool and told her that wasn't acceptable, and she needed to find a new doctor. She got defensive, and said that she wouldn't find a new doctor as he's the only one who took her seriously when she was in pain, and that she's gone to him for years, and it's hard to find a good doctor and be comfortable with them. That was a huge red flag, because if it's just a doctor, why would she want to go to them so badly? I compromised with her, and told her that she needed to start inviting me to her appointments if nothing was going on between them, and she said no and left my apartment. I think it's all really suspicious, because if nothing is going on, and she isn't cheating with him, why can't I go with her? She's not speaking to me right now, and told me we'll talk when I grow the frock up, which is her being defensive again, and proving my point. My friend's girlfriend told me that I was a frocking jackass, when I told her and my friend about it. So, am I really the a-hole here? Ugh. YTA. You are the a-hole OP. First of all, it's a super normal thing for doctors send text/email/phone call reminders. I literally got one today. Secondly, it's absolutely not a red flag that she would continue to want to go to a doctor who she trusts, and is the reason she's no longer in significant pain. Finding a good OBGYN isn't like finding a cool bartender. She has to be extremely vulnerable with the doctor, and finding a new one is one of the least fun things in the world. YTA, again, for thinking you get a say in her medical care. Third, you compromised by demanding to be a part of her doctor appointments. That's not a compromise, that's invasive and controlling. Overall, none of this is any of your damn business. Her medical care is her business. Her doctor is her business. Her body is her business. This weird idea, that so many men have about women having a male OBGYN has to stop. I don't know if all of you watched the same porno where a girl frocked her doctor, but I promise you that there is nothing sexy or fun about putting your feet up in stirrups, and having an ice-cold metal duck shoved up your vagina, so that your doctor can get a closer look at one of the most personal areas you've got. Once again, YTA. Majorly. YTA. First off, women who get ovarian cysts are prescribed birth control, as a way to help control them and their cycle. It's completely normal. Secondly, appointment reminder texts are 100% normal, and most places do this. You have a trust issue. YTA. I hope this girl dumps you. And as a woman, I'll say. 1. I'm more comfortable with a male OBGYN after my first female OBGYN was a disaster, and kind of traumatized me. 2. Doctors' offices email or text you to confirm appointments all the time. 3 cysts are a massive deal. You clearly have no understanding of a woman's body, so please do research, before you attempt to tell her off on something she knows and is suffering. 4 different birth controls, even different types of daily pills, have different dosages of hormones, and thus lead to very different reactions. I got migraines and had to stop taking them, because they were dangerous for me. Again, I hope she dumps you or, with some optimism, you start trusting her, get proper info, and grow up.